for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne. I'm doing a bariatric tag today. I actually tried to do it live and my internet connection was going bonkers on me, so I decided to just do a video for you and upload it so that you could see it and not have to be disturbed by it being disconnecting and reconnecting and disconnecting. So I had gotten through 1 through 6. So I'm going to do them again, which is fine. I found a comfy spot on my couch with my fur baby, so if they interrupt, I'm so sorry. All right, so there's 20 questions, by the way. I had printed these out about, I don't know, 3 months ago and said that I would do a video, and I just haven't gotten to it. So I never read through the questions again, except for just about 10 minutes ago. And so some of them I have not read and will be blindsided by them, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes I answer my best questions blindsided. So yes, okay. Number 1, when was your surgery? My surgery was on May 4th of 2018. I went in at 7 o'clock. I actually went in at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and surgery started at 7. I had it done in Bangor, Maine at the Eastern Maine Medical Center, Northern Light Medical, and they have an amazing program there. So if you can make it to Bangor, Maine and have your program set up there, I would definitely highly, highly suggest that, because their program is amazing. Amazing. Completely inclusive. Like, you don't need anything. It's amazing. Number 2, what is your favorite physical asset regardless of weight? That was one that really kind of stumped me. I said my eyes because of my blue eyes. I have blue eyes. They're like my dad's. And those have never changed. They never gained weight. They didn't change color. So they've always been my blue eyes. My big blue eyes, as my dad would say. Number 3, what clothing size did you start at? So I'm assuming that they mean prior to surgery, like not necessarily start, because I have been like this for all of my life. My highest size pant was a size 20, and my highest size shirt was a 3XL. 4, favorite food before and after. So easy peasy. Before, it was definitely pasta. Any kind of pasta. I just adored pasta. And any kind of cake. Cake had its own food group and I loved it. Give me pasta and cake in the same setting and it was great. After is kind of difficult because I think I'm still learning the foods that I like and what I can have and what I can't have. I think for guilty pleasures, I like crackers and potatoes. So those are my 2, and when I say potatoes, I'm talking like a baked potato or mashed potatoes. Never French fries. I will never probably eat French fries again. But I love mashed potatoes. I love baked potatoes, and dry is perfectly fine with me, but I do love the spray butter on it and some light sour cream, and it's delicious. But crave protein, and so I love steak tips. I think steak tips are probably my favorite right now. So give me some steak tips and some potatoes and we're good. And then, followed up with some crackers. I have to be careful on the crackers because they're considered what I call sliders. I could eat more than I should, and it doesn't necessarily bother me. They will fill me up though, if I eat too many too fast. And then it takes time to kind of fill it up. And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, I don't feel good. So yeah, I'm thinking that those are my favorite foods right now. Oh, and mangoes. Fruit. I love, love fruit. Number 5, biggest non-scale victory. Well, I haven't gotten my biggest non-scale victory yet. A couple of years ago, I went to New York with my daughter. And we went to the Statue of Liberty, and she climbed all the way to the top. I made it halfway and had to turn around. And I was gut-wrenched that I had to do that. And it literally, I think, tore my mind apart. Like, it ate at me so badly. And so it will be a non-scale victory when I get to go back and climb to the top. And I know at this point I probably could do that. A big part of it was that I wasn't fitting well in the stairwell because the stairwell is extremely skinny, narrow, and physically I couldn't do it. Size-wise, I couldn't do it. I mean, it was horrifying. It was horrible. So that will be my biggest non-scale victory when I can do that. But up until this point, I have to say, my dad died when he was 56 years old. I was 26. And when he got sick, he was cold all the time, which makes me know that I was on his footsteps. I'm so glad that I had this surgery done because it totally saved my life. Anyway, that's another story. But he used to wear this sweater all the time, and I don't know, I don't know why, but when he passed away, I ended up with it. And it's been sitting in my closet for years, and it's followed every move that I've made. And a couple months ago, I was cleaning out our closet here in the living room with winter clothes, jackets and stuff, and I saw it hanging there, and I thought, I should try that on. I bet it might fit. And I did. I put it on, and it felt like my dad was hugging me. It fit to a T, and actually it's a little big. But it warmed my heart so much, and that definitely has to be my biggest non-scale victory, is that I was able to fit in my dad's sweater. Number 6. What video of yours have been your favorite? I mean, not to sound conceited, but I feel like I have a lot of good videos out there. And some of them are very mindful that I go and listen to again because it reminds me to be mindful. But I think if it has anything to do with my bariatric journey, I would have to say that my Stitch Fix videos are some of my favorite. And the reason is because I would never have even considered trying on clothes and showing them off to people. Like, I barely used to do that with my husband. I would just kind of put it on and out the door we went. And with the whole Stitch Fix thing, I feel like I've been trying stuff on and feeling okay with showing you guys. And yeah, it's been kind of cool. I gotta go turn the light on. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. It's starting to snow outside, so it was getting a little bit overcast and dark. So, number 7, what was your highest and lowest weight? So my highest weight was 255 pounds. My lowest weight is what I am right now, which is 149.2 pounds. Yeah. In high school, I was like 125. So, number 8, last time you were at a healthy weight. Probably in high school. When I left high school, when I graduated, I was averaging between 125 to 140. I had just had jaw surgery, and they had me gain weight because they knew that when my mouth was wired shut for 2 weeks that I would lose weight very, very quickly, which I did. I lost like 20 pounds in the first week. And so I had gotten up to 145, and then I lost 20 pounds, and I was at 125 after surgery, and then I think I just kind of gained like maybe 10 pounds. So I think I was like 130 to 135 when I graduated high school, and was that weight until I had my first child. And I had my first child when I was 21. So that didn't last very long. And then after that, I just never was able to lose the weight again. I averaged like 160 a lot after my first child, after my second child. And then it just kept, it would go like this, like this, like this, like this, like it just never went back down. And I just constantly kept gaining. My health just got worse. I struggled. Number 9, what is your goal weight? My goal weight is 144, which I'm only 5 pounds away from. And I'm kind of at a plateau right now. I've been kind of fluctuating between 149 and 151, and for about a month now. So for about a month, I don't think I've lost any weight, actually. And Although it's a bit frustrating, I think I'm okay with that though, because I don't feel like I'm at an unhealthy weight. I feel like I'm at an okay weight. Number 10, how do you feel your relationships are before and after, friends and romantic? I'm going to start with romantic because Ben has been an absolute peach. He loved me right through my health issues, and it did not matter to him what I looked like versus, hey, it didn't matter what I looked like. He just cared how I felt. So that was a big thing for him as I was getting unhealthier and unhealthier. So our relationship has gotten, it hasn't changed really. He's just really happy that I'm healthier than I was. As far as other people, I don't know that my relationships really have changed. I mean, I think people know and recognize that I'm healthier and happier. You know, that I had gone through some depression, which means that I probably retracted from our friendships more than they did. And so that piece of it may have been rekindled in some aspects. But I know that there are some people who are just not educated in the whole bariatric journey thing. And so when you tell people that you've had surgery, sometimes their response is to say nothing. And sometimes they're like, oh, okay. So I just learned that I have got to let that just kind of go over my head and not rest on my shoulders at all, because that's their thing, not mine. And I know 150% that what I chose to do was the best thing for me. So that's really all that matters. So I don't know that there have been a lot of changes relationship-wise, but I think that's just because I have not allowed there to be, really. I don't know. You know, maybe the only thing that I can say, if anything, is I've been able to release some negative relationships that I held on to based on my inability to attract positive things into my life because I was unhealthy. And now that I'm healthier, maybe I have the ability to reject those easier. I don't know. 11, favorite exercise. I don't know that I have one. January was all about doing planks. February is all about doing planks. And I feel like they are such a quick, easy exercise that really contribute a lot to your body. Maybe those are my favorite right now. I don't know that I have a favorite exercise. I have a treadmill, I have a recumbent bike, and I have a elliptical machine downstairs that barely get used. So I use them, but it's very irregularly. I honestly prefer to be outside walking, and right now that's not even an option because it is just so snowy and cold and yucky. So when spring and summer comes and fall, I'll be happy. Number 12, ever regret your decision? Absolutely not. I think it's the best decision I could have made for myself by far. I saved my life. I mean, what bad decision can come from that, you know? This is water with Crystal Light flavor enhancer. 13. What surgery did you have or going to have? I had Roux-En-Y gastric bypass. Roux-En-Y is where they take a piece of the top of your stomach and separate it from your stomach and reroute the bottom that connects to the intestines up here, and then reroute or reconnect the bottom of the stomach to the lower portion of your intestines. So RNY or Roux-En-Y gastric bypass. Number 14, are you a dumper? I suppose it depends what you're talking about. Dumping in bariatric world means having a reaction to how fast you eat, what you eat, and how much you eat. And you can have dumping in the form of sweats, shaking, diarrhea, vomiting, upset stomach, pain in your stomach. So there's a lot of little things that can create dumping, or it can be all of them, or it can be just one of those things. I have had 3 bouts of vomiting dumping since the day I had surgery, and that was at the very beginning when I was still learning. I think I'd like to say that I'm a quick learner because I can't stand vomiting. And I do have episodes where my stomach will be pained. And when I say stomach, I'm talking about right where underneath your chest, right where your stomach is. And it's usually because I ate too fast, ate too much, and less frequently, but sometimes the wrong thing, because I'm still learning what I can and cannot eat. But honestly, the majority of my issues come from eating too quickly, more so than not eating enough, or eating too much, or the wrong foods. Now, it used to be the other because I was still learning. So am I a dumper? Yes. I am definitely a dumper with fatty, greasy, fried foods. Would never touch those again. Sugary foods, I wish I was more of a dumper. That's all I can say, because I probably can do more than I should in the sugar. However, if I do too much, I do get dumping. Number 15, do you think food was or is your addiction? Yes and yes. Although I had a lot of health issues that were contributing, as well as quitting smoking, as well as some heart issues and thyroid issues, I definitely am a food addict. And I'd almost say that I used to be just a sugar addict. And now I'm realizing that it was probably just food in general, because there were so many times that I would say things like, oh, but I just love the taste of food. Yeah, you can love the taste of food, but you don't have to stuff your face with it, and which is what I did. I always had a bigger portion on my plate than I needed, by far. I ate often. I would eat late. I would hide my eating. I used to hide food in the drawers of my desk that I didn't, candy mainly, chocolate bars and that sort of thing, so that people wouldn't see me eating it or wouldn't know that I was eating it. I would buy a box of the long Country Kitchen donuts, the mini donuts, and I would literally, I have known myself to, it's a 30-minute drive, and I would eat the entire box on the way home. Or I would just binge eating. Like, I would hoard it so that I would end up binging it. So yes, am I a food addict? I am a food addict. And I feel once you are, you always are. Any kind of addict you are, you could be a recovering addict, meaning that you are no longer addicted to that. But an addict, once reintroduced to their addiction, usually relapses. So you're always an addict, as far as I'm concerned. 16, has anyone not recognized you? Yeah. Like, just recently I had somebody be like, they walked right by me and I was like, hi. They're like, hi. Edie? I'm like, yeah, it's Edie. I can't, my mind has not yet comprehended or I haven't wrapped my head around it yet, that I've changed that much. But it's ironic because I'll even look back at like thumbnails of my YouTube videos and be like, wow, I was big. There was a point, like this time last year, I was at my unhealthiest, my biggest. I was at the worst of the worst of the worst of my time on this day last year in 2018. Because it was prior to my surgery. It's when I was in the middle of starting the program, and I was at my highest weight. I was unhealthy. It was horrible. I was so depressed. I put on a good front, but I was so, you know, what you saw on the outside was one thing, but what was happening on the inside was completely a different thing. Anyway. 17, are you a happy person? I generally am a happy person. And for the most part, even when I am faking it to make it, I feel that, one, it's very hard for me to fake who I am as a person. So if you don't see me, it's because I've retracted into my turtle shell, and it's because I don't want people to see what I'm going through. But I would say that the majority of the time, I'm pretty happy. Do I have my moments? Who doesn't? And if anybody tells you that they don't, then I'm sorry. They are probably not being very truthful to you. But I am generally a very happy person. Because I feel, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'm a positive person, and you don't have to be happy to be positive. You just have to take the obstacles that are given to you and find a way to incorporate that in a positive, growth, in a way that you can grow from. Does that make sense? So, yeah. 18, people you have to watch every week. I'm assuming online. Southern Hot Mess, I've missed her. I think she is amazing. She's actually one that did this tag. There's a couple on the bariatric side of things that I love watching, but I love to watch everyone. And I feel like it's been my way of being fairly eclectic in my learning and my following. There's a lot of people that I follow and a lot of people that I watch their videos. So it's really, really hard for me to specify anyone in particular that I have to watch each week, because when my notification, hope for pause, I have to watch their new videos. Have to. So there's just some out there that I feel like I have to, and my notifications are on, but my notifications are on all the time, and I'm watching a lot of videos. So 19, non-scale goals. So one of my non-scale goals I've already shared with you. I need to get back to the Statue of Liberty and climb to the top. I want to, I don't know. I'm still hesitant. I think I want to go skydiving, but I don't know if I want to go skydiving. I had a chance at one point in my life and it didn't happen. And so there's some negative connotation that goes with it. But yeah, I don't know. I've been pretty blessed in my life that I've been able to do a lot of the things that are on my bucket list. And yes, there are still some things, but they aren't necessarily weight related that have held me back from doing them. Definitely a hot air balloon ride is something that I want to do, and not tethered. I don't want to be in a tethered balloon. And I think I'd rather do that than skydive. 20, are you addicted to the scales? I don't think so. Because I go back and forth often with weighing myself once a week, and then sometimes I do it every day, and then sometimes I don't do it for a month. So I don't know that I'm addicted to it. I think I haven't really found out what the right way to do that is. And so I think that's where I'm all over the place with it as far as weighing myself. I know that right now I'm weighing myself a lot more, and that's because I've plateaued. So I'm trying to see when that dip is going to stop or start. So no, I don't think I'm addicted to the scales. But, so that was it. That was pretty painless. I hope you found it interesting. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. If you want me to answer any other questions, comment them below. And I think what I'll do is I'll compilate a video to follow up this one with the questions that you guys ask in the comments or in my private message. All right. I hope you have a great day. Bye, everyone.